This is Bea from the marketing team of WeGrow VA. We're back with another interview with another awesome guest. Over here at WeGrow VA, alongside our pursuit of helping businesses and people grow into their full potential through virtual assistants, we are also in the pursuit of meaningful conversations that push us and our audience to grow even further in any aspect of their life. And today's conversation will be no different. We are going to learn how to sustain your business through adversity with Timi Nadela. Also, if you want to watch or listen to the rest of our conversations, then head on over to our YouTube channel. Just search for WeGrow VA or check out the link in our bio. All right, let's get this started. And let me introduce first our awesome guest for today. Okay, so our guest for today is Timi Nadela. She is an author and entrepreneur. Timi has spent her career working for a variety of companies for Fortune 100, nonprofit, and technology companies, which has further strengthened her sales background. She pursued a degree in marketing and business management. She opened Gracefield Living Boutique that sells Christian home decor and accessories. They are made and shipped from the US and have partnered with other faith-based companies such as Precious Moments and Dayspring. She published a book titled Get to the Top, which is based on her real-life sales and service experience. And today we're going to be talking about how businesses can be sustained through adversities. So she's already here. Hi, Timi. How are you?
Hi, Via. Good. Thank you for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Timi, for your time. So let's get to those questions.
Of
Let's start.
course.
Okay. So this is kind of a running thing over here on WeGrow VA. And we
Okay.
wanted to ask, how would you simply explain entrepreneurship to a child? Like a child who might be around 5 years old.
Okay. I would say this to a 5-year-old because I was 10 years old when I started selling candies and cookies. So if I had to explain to a 5-year-old right now, I would say this. Honey, you know how you love to play video games in your iPhone or your iPad, right? Like watching YouTube, listening to music. It all started with an entrepreneur. And that person started with a dream. And over time, it become reality. That's why you have playing iPad and iPhone right now. And honey, how you like to daydreaming right now, and you like to tell stories and how you like building stuff. Well, one day it's going to happen. So that's what entrepreneurs do. Is still start with a dream, and then they start building things and find a solution. And that's how, honey, you end up playing with your video games in iPhone and iPad. That's how I will interfere. Tell that to a 5-year-old right now, because I was 10 years old when I started selling cookies and candies.
I love that. I love that analogy. It's
Yes,
very inspiring and it's very cute.
it is because 5 years old, they don't know what they're doing right now. They just love to play and they like to tell stories. You ever notice that? Because I know when I was a little girl, I loved telling stories to all my cousins and friends. And then, but I have a good family. I have aunts and uncle and cousins. It's like, yeah, keep doing that. Maybe you might own your own store because you start selling, because I will start selling candies and cookies. And lo and behold, and look at me, I own a store.
Dreams do come true.
Dream do come true. And let me tell you this, though, Bia.
Mhm.
I will tell the audience out there, follow that instinct, that gut feeling that will never go away, right? Because when
Yeah.
God put a dream in your heart, He's not going to tell you, He's not giving you an instruction, a straight line. There's no straight line. There's going to be a lot of detours. There's going to be a lot of potholes and curbs to go overcome. I think He's doing that on purpose to teach you a lesson, right? Whatever that may be. But if you follow that instinct, no matter what the noise are telling you right now, like, oh, don't do it, it's not going to work. I know somebody is doing that, it's not going to work. But when your instinct, that's your Holy Spirit telling you, continue that way and find it because you will do it. Because I did it. It took a long time to get to where I am right now, but I did it.
Congratulations on that, by the
Yes,
way.
thank you. That's
And
how Gracefield Living Boutique was born by instinct.
all right, that's so interesting because Well, we've only hit like maybe like the first 5 minutes of this interview, and you've already hit on such emotional parts, and it's just so inspiring. We're not
Oh,
even
thank
5 minutes
you.
in. All right.
I have, it's no holds bar for me. I'll give you all the tips and the knowledge. I'm more than happy to share my resources, my tips, and how I get from there to here.
Oh, thank you so much, Timmy. So let's continue on with that
Sure.
track. So, as someone who has always been interested, as you've mentioned in your story,
Mhm.
and exhibited skills in business and sales, even as young as 10 years old, uh, and you mentioned that it started with like an instinct, yeah,
Yes.
in starting the business. But I wanted to know what was the moment that made you think, yes, I'll start a business now. What was that moment?
Well, I remember where I was at. I was at American Express. If you look at my bio on LinkedIn, I was once worked for American Express. And for those of you who don't know American Express, it's a very famous card company in the world. I was sitting in my desk and I do a lot of writing. I'm a blogger. From the very beginning, this Graceful Living Boutique didn't exist. It started as a blogger. I was blogging about myself. I was blogging about personal development based on my own real life experiences. And one day, out of nowhere, I was in my desk and I start doodling, drawing. I said, why can't I add product to my Google, to my blogger? Why I can't do that? So I started my first drawing. You will see this on my website, and it's called "You Have One Life, Take a Leap of Faith." That was my first drawing, and that drawing is still on. It's now in home decor, like pillowcases. You'll notice that. That was my moment, and that moment at American Express. And when I pick up the phone, I called a publishing company that I want to publish my book. At the same time, I want to make a product. And that moment, it was back in, I want to say in 2014 or 2015. That's how I started that moment. I started with Gracefield Living. But this whole time, I was writing my book at American Express, right? I was blogging. I was doodling in my desk or in my lunch hour. Nothing. It was just nothing. It took a long time, Bia, to do well and to get to where it takes process. I think running a business is a spiritual journey, and that was the moment that I had. Is my aha moment was I was at American Express to start my business.
Wow, that I love that line that you said, that running a business is a spiritual journey.
It is. It truly is. It all start with you, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to believe on something. If you don't believe on something, what's the purpose of life, right? I'm a Christian woman. I've been a I'm a born again Christian woman. I'm very open about that. You can see that. That's why you approach me. That's called Grace Field Living Boutique, right? Is because over 20 years ago, I'm a born again Christian over 20 years ago, and I do believe that everything you do in this on earth, each one of us has a role to play in this life. God gave you something, your talent. It might not be the same as mine. That's why it's not really good idea to be jealous on other people's success, because her talent is specifically for you, right? Your talent, God gave it to you, and my talent is specifically for me in order for me to do my role on this earth, right? We all know that. And I believe that running a business, starting a business is a spiritual journey. It starts with you. Why I'm doing this? What's the purpose? If I start today, can I sustain it, maintain it in the next 2, 5 years? How about 10 years from now? You know how when you fly a plane, Bia, you
Mhm.
notice when you're at the airport, you can see the plane, you can see everybody. But when the planes start taking off, right, 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet, you notice everything start getting small and smaller.
Yeah.
That's what you want to start doing your vision. See the whole picture in a panoramic view. That is where you want to say, can I do this? That's why a lot of the business now failed in the first 5 years because they can't see the vision far beyond 5 years.
Ooh, I hear you on that. That hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they can't see that because what they're doing, because we're living in a microwave society right now. They want it now. They want to be rich now. They want money now. Everything is now, now, now. But the reality is it takes time to do well while struggling upward. But when, like,
Mhm.
like I mentioned before, when God put that instinct, that dream in your heart, that is God telling you to go in that direction. But it doesn't mean you're gonna do it like exactly 100% straight line. You have to find your way, and that's why your spiritually comes with it, because you have to believe in something, right? You have to, because why are you starting a business? I mean, what's the point of starting a business if you don't believe on something?
I
That's
love
what I
that.
call it's a spiritual journey.
Oh, I love that part. I love that. Yes, I love that. I love it very much.
Oh,
So,
good. I hope people love it too, because it is.
no, I think that a lot of people will resonate and also be inspired by it and also think about that way. Because when people think about business, they think about business. There's
Right.
maybe to a degree there is like an emotional connection, but I think, or so maybe as I've observed, it's usually in a very logical way, but to add like a spiritual essence to it, it does make you think, and it also made me think. That's why I think it also like, what, oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
It is. It will sustain you. It will
Yeah,
sustain you, and if you keep you, it keeps you moving. It makes you wake up every morning with purpose.
I love that. I love that to
Yes,
me.
because right now people wants to make money, but we have no clue idea what's the money for. Because at the
True.
end of your life, Bia, if you think about this now, if you look at the whole big picture, at the end of your life, you can be a millionaire, but there's no moving truck company or U-Haul will following your funeral hearse to your
Yeah,
grave.
I
Everything you
agree.
will left behind. So I think you need to find your purpose. It's always about purpose. Like, what are you meant to do while you're here on earth? Whether that is a ministry, whether it's going to be a business, or whether it could be a mom, or you can be a doctor, a lawyer. What is your purpose? Because you can't be starting something without purpose. As always said, life and starting a business is about spiritual journey, and that journey is not going to be all straight lines. Will be a potholes and a lot of detour, but it will sustain you because you believe on something. In that, what the iPhone build was for, because he believed in something that is going to solve a problem, right? I
Yeah,
believe in something that Gracefield Living Boutique not only solving their problem, but also it will enhance, and not only that enhance about their life and their purpose, it will push them to say, like for example, if you buy my pillowcase that it says you have one life, take a leap of faith, meaning if you've been dreaming to go traveling the world, for goodness sake, pick up your bag and travel the world, because when you die, that's it, you're gone, right?
I love this energy, Timmy, and I do agree with
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
just like that. So that's behind of the Gracefield Living Boutique. Even though you'll see a product, but that product, there is a purpose for that and meaning of each one of those words. And you can, when you hear about my podcast, when you read about my book or my blog, the product is just there to help you your journey to where you're going.
I love that. So, Timmy, I wanted to ask, so it obviously shows that you're very passionate and you love what you do, and you've been running your business for a while now. Yeah.
Yes, it
But
is.
so ever since you've started and up to right now at present, I wanted to ask you, what has been the most fulfilling achievement in having your own business?
Oh, that one I have. To me, I think that will be. It says it all. Called Gracefield Living, right? Sales and growth is important on any business, but for me, it's about helping you. You can take it how you want it to be. Is introducing Jesus to you, because at the end of my life, at the end of my journey, all of us will meet our maker, right? One day or sooner. One day I'm going to meet my maker, and God, I'll be standing in front of him. I want him to tell me this, like this, Bia. Timmy, I want you to turn around and look at the people that you introduced to Jesus. And I want to be able to look around and there'll be thousands and thousands and thousands of people standing behind me. Is because I introduced them to Jesus, whether through grace-filled living, through hearing through my podcast, through reading through my blog, or joining me to LinkedIn, or seeing my YouTube, whatever that may be, that makes your life turn around towards Him. To me, is that's the biggest accomplishment than anything else, is because I've done my job and I want God to tell me and say, well done, my good servant. Because at the end of the day of my life, I want to be with Jesus, not the devil. So that's a Christian thing. So for your audience might not believe in that, but that's where I'm at. I think that's the biggest accomplishment I've done in my life. Not my book, not my career in a Fortune 100 companies, not my salary, not what I do. Is about helping you and the rest of the people out there is going home to Christ.
That's really beautiful, Timmy.
That's my biggest accomplishment.
Love that. And I am sure you're well underway.
Yes,
It will
I'm
take,
still working. I'm still working in progress.
yes, exactly. And we hope that it doesn't end anytime soon.
Yes, I hope not because I'm not ready.
You'll know when you know, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
think
For right now,
not
I'm
to be
just gonna
bleak.
be yes, right. Right now, I'm just gonna be working for His kingdom. That's it.
Yes. So, again, with running the business and everything, and as we know, the past 2 years have been incredibly difficult for everyone collectively all over the world because of the pandemic. And as we know, a lot of businesses
Hmm.
really struggled. A lot of things really fell apart. A lot of, everyone was really lost. And
Of
for
course.
you, Timmy, I wanted to ask, as a business owner, especially since you're a business that has been running for a while, you know, what were the challenges that your business faced during the COVID-19 pandemic? Yeah, and how were you able to overcome those challenges?
Well, to answer that question, let me backtrack just about 5 seconds here, because I've been working for a financial institution for 18 years. We all know, from American Express, JP Morgan Chase, and now my current employer, right? The number one that many business owners out there, whether you're a startup or trying to get off in a startup phase in your business, is the lack of funds, which is the cash flow. That is the
Yeah.
number one issues right now. Many business owners, the cash flow is with the current environment right now that we are facing, right? With the inflation, rising rates, and not to mention pandemic to boot for that, a lot of the businesses are not making money, and there's a lot of challenges right now, and it's making a lot of people anxious. Yes, I'm anxious too, but there were several things that I was concerned about. That number one was sales, because people, everything seems like the whole world stopped, right? And now, when this kind of economy, people want to hold onto their money tight. The only thing they want to do is buy food to survive. It's not like
Yeah.
survival food right now. So all the luxury gone, and all the shopping pretty much that you don't need is gone. So my concern was sales, number one, and number two was the shipping, because when the pandemic started, the whole manufacturing stopped. I'm talking about a whole week, because people don't want to die of COVID, right? That was the second one. My manufacturing, the whole thing stopped. So what I did is finding a way how to continue the momentum, even though the sales might be 50% less, right? But I still continue making sales. So what I did was I started doing free shipping, right? I started doing free shipping and I stopped shipping globally, because it might take now a month to get there. So I only focus on the United States, 50 states. I did free shipping. And not only that, if they sign up for membership for me, they will additional discount on top of that. And once in a while, once a month, I do surprise my customer coming from me with handwritten notes and said, thank you for shopping on such date. My gift to you. And that more deep, and then once, twice a month, the first and the 15th, they will get an email from me, personally from me, about what's happening in a company, what, thank you for the product, for purchasing. And that really it stays the momentum. The manufacturing company, what I've been doing business with, is that they were also struggling. So my product stopped. So you got stuck because none of the employees want to come into work because they're scared to get a COVID. So what they did was they're doing it rotation. So we offer rotation style, right? Like if you come in from 1 to 4, somebody will take over from you from 5 to 9. So that was the challenges, but we overcome that. It took a long time, but we overcome that, by working together, right? I was talking to my vendors, talking to my customers at the same time, because I have a lot of loyal customer through my church. So this is, I share my struggle with them. And on top of that, they will usually, either through empathy, right? So they buy gifts, whether from home housewarming gift or baby gift, birthday, Christmas. So they did that for me. So I like to thank to all my customer for helping me out. That was the support I got. I know it was a
So
long-winded road.
no, it was beautiful, and it actually kind of touched on the next question, which
Okay.
was which is what kind of help or support have you gotten as your business go through challenging times? And you kind of touched on that already.
Yes, a lot. I'm a member, one of the biggest church congregation here in Houston, Texas, Go Second Baptist Church. There's about maybe 10, 15,000 member. I'm very active in that church. So through that, the people that I met through my networking, they know who I am. So they know I own the boutique. So they usually they knew that I live in the same town as they are. So it's easy for me to just bring the product to their house. So that was the support I get instead of buying it to online like Amazon or other online retailing. They buy from me because they know me, they see me in person, and they network with me. So that was the number one support. Number two is budget is out of the door, right? Tight budget now. So what happened to me was that I starting. This is very important for many
Mm-hmm.
businesses out there. If budget is really tight, you have to learn to outsource the mundane tasks that you doing it every single day so that you can focus on the bigger things. So I started outsourcing my IT. I don't know anything about IT. So that's why I started outsourcing my IT in North Carolina through Shopify. You notice that I changed now into Shopify, the platform. So they do everything for me, all my website, the IT, the dashboard, everything going on my website. Shopify handles that, all including all the SEO. They handle all of that. That's outsourced. Second, I outsource the marketing department, right? So I have somebody that makes my banner, my videos and stuff, because I don't have time to do that. I outsource that. I want to say 80 to 90% of my everyday to-do list is outsourced, so I only do the bigger things. You can
I
learn
love
how to outsource that.
Yeah. I love that you mentioned that to me because also just as a, kind of like a humble promo, that's exactly
Mhm.
also what we over here at WeGrow VA are trying to help businesses with. We are in, like our whole thing is to help businesses grow, and that is through our understanding of helping these businesses take on like the more smaller tasks that might be taking up their time so that
Yes.
you or as the business owner can focus on the bigger picture, focus on the next steps, the next 5 steps, or
Mhm.
maybe 10 even. And we're just going to keep maintaining and growing together. So I love that you mentioned that. And just to anyone who's listening, any business owners out there, hi,
Yes.
this is us, We Grow VA. If you're in pursuit of entrepreneurial excellence through the help of virtual assistants, book a call with us.
Yes, I do agree on that, because if you're a business owner, you're wearing multiple hats. You're the founder, you're the CEO,
Yeah.
you're the secretary, you're the gatekeeper, you're everything. So that's why
Yeah.
I start outsourcing everything. Like I have a CPA that do my accounting, right? And then through my law firm. So I've done that. I don't have to worry about the end of the year where all my receipts are. No, he handles all that for me. Check, right?
Yes.
My
Exactly.
marketing check is in Utah, handled by Utah marketing company. Check. My Gracefield Living boutique platform, handled by Shopify. Check. IT, right? So I don't have anything. You can see my desk right now. It's nice and clean.
I love that for you, Timmy. I
It's
love
nice
that.
and clean. And then if I need something to schedule, let's say I usually do pop-up stores, right? Once in a while, especially during the holidays. I have my best friend with me. as she calls it, my assistant, right? My assistant, I pay her $20 an hour to be with me during my pop-up store. So she will go with me and do that. So that's what I do. I outsource everything. You got to learn to outsource. If you're a business owner, outsource is the best way to go right now. It makes you can go to sleep.
Yes, and to anyone who's watching, you heard it first from Timmy.
Yes,
Outsourcing. And if you need
outsourcing.
help over here, we volunteer over here at WeGrow VA.
Yes, I highly recommend that. Yeah,
Thank you, Timmy. So,
of course.
yeah, and it really shows how you're able to sustain your business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's so I mean, obviously through going through the whole process of it in real time is going to be very difficult, but yeah, it's just kind of having a hold and understanding of what are your resources, what can you do, how to make things easier, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe also having a little more faith that this is going to work.
Yes.
This is going to work. And it's going to
Uh-huh.
push through. Sometimes when you're really scared, I think, yeah, you just got to hold on tight and know that it's going to work out. It's going to work out and believe in that, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And
So,
the one thing I
mhm,
recommend for those business owners out there, because you be bombarded with emails and calls from
yeah,
different salespeople, right? I can sell you, I can give you so many leads, thousands of leads. Nope, don't want that. I can help you with your website to run SEO. Nope, I don't need that. The one thing you have to learn as a business owner is learn how to say no.
yes,
No, it should be your favorite words in the vocabulary, because if you're gonna say yes to everything, you are not focused on one thing. You are spreading yourself thin. You'll be spinning your wheels.
yeah,
So 80% of my answer to all those people, the salespeople trying to sell me about everything on the planet, is always no, thank you, thanks for reaching out. I'm good. Is because I already thought about this. I don't need more people. I like to scale into smaller where I can see everything, just like your banking statement, right? You'll know how much you pay for utilities, your rent, your water, your grocery, right? Just like me. I know who I pay with my marketing, my website, my CPA. I know where they at, right? So I like to see things and go, okay, I get everything I need. So now what I do now is that 10%. That 10%, what I'm doing now, Bia, really is I go to networking, telling people about my business. That's it. And right now I'm thinking about what's my next move right now.
all
While
right,
holiday is now the coming up in 4 months. Now I'm thinking, what's my next move now?
yeah, as soon as now. So,
Mm-hmm.
Timmy, as someone who is a seasoned business owner, I wanted to ask you what sort of challenges do you think new businesses should be aware of, especially because of the current climate right now?
Well, we all know that I'm not sure what's happening around the world, but I know here in United States, we will be expecting another interest rates hike, two more rounds. So you're looking at interest rates going to go high. So that means product is going to go increase the sales, right? Everything's going to be increasing expensive. So what I'm doing now, I've been thinking about this for the last 2 or 3 weeks, is stay the same. What you see in Gracefield Living Boutique stays the same, because right now is, yeah, we don't do sales because everything is custom. That's coming from me. It's custom. Try to lower the margin as much as possible, right? So each one of my product in Gracefield Living is lower the margin. I might not make money some of them, but it will make it up the rest. What I mean by making up the rest, if you're a business owner, get into podcasts like Bia right now, right? That will help you promote your business. Getting into podcasts, write a blog about your business, right? Share your story, how you overcome that challenges. Because if you notice, Bia, on my LinkedIn, right? I tell my whole story about my challenges, about what I'm doing. Is that's me with saying, hey, this is me, the real me. Because that's what the challenge is now facing right now with the business owner, not only the cash flow to sustain them at the end of the year. What about in 2023 is the number one, the challenges. And number two is, can they survive their business, or they are going to shut down by next year? Because right now you notice a lot of companies are doing massive layoffs right now, right? Because
Yeah,
everything's skyrocketed. And some people right now are losing their home because they just got laid off. They have no money to pay for their mortgages, and now they're gonna get laid off, and they have no. So you're looking that it's gonna start trickling down. So the challenges for a lot of the business owner right now is to be mindful where your money coming in, mindful what's coming out, and find a way, stay in that path, but change your business strategy, right?
Yes,
Whatever that is, you got to change your business strategy. Continue on that path road to wherever you're going is, whatever your mission statement, but change your strategy. You have to keep changing along the way.
I
Like,
love
for
that.
example,
Yeah.
this morning I was thinking about, all right, maybe I will offer 5 easy pay on my product. That could be another strategy for me, right? And two, I just onboard a cosmetic line because it took me a long time. And go, okay, that'll be another strategy because women, right? They love now clean living. They like organic. They like vegan. So that's my other strategy to add on that Gracefield Living with my logo in it. So you have to change your business strategy to
I
overcome
love
some
that.
of those challenges.
All right, Timmy, we have covered so much ground in, I don't know, there's just so much to think of. So we started off this conversation with trying to understand first what entrepreneurship is. And it is
Mhm.
simply a person with a dream and starting and building towards a solution and providing that for people. And I
Yes,
love that moment that you realize you're going to do this, you're going to start this business. And again, as Timmy has mentioned, follow that gut instinct. To the watchers and listeners right now, listen to that. And again, this is my favorite part. Running a business is a spiritual journey. That's
yes,
yeah. And you have to be
yes,
able, as business owners need to also be able to look at the bigger picture vision, and that even through adversities, as Timmy has just said, you have to be able to change your business strategies. Be like be more tactical about it, I guess, and
yes,
find the ways. And what anchors you is that you have a vision and you have a purpose, and when you know your purpose, it'll anchor you and sustain you, as Timmy has said. Did I
exactly.
get that correct? Yeah.
Yes, yes. You summarized this whole thing fantastically. I like it.
Thank
Yes,
you so
I
much,
love it.
Timmy.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you for obviously this whole conversation. And I would like to give the floor to you now, because the watchers and listeners, you've mentioned where to find you, but I wanted to give a proper segment for you to tell us where can we find you, how to reach out, any ongoing projects that you want to promote. The floor is yours.
Right now, you can find me through LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. You'll find my handle, Timi Nadela, followed by through all my social media, right? Uh, Timi Nadela, or the Facebook is Gracefield Living Boutique. And that's my website, Gracefield Living Boutique. You will find me and you will access all my social media and hook up with me on LinkedIn.
All right, I love that. And also to our watchers and listeners, don't forget that if you are a business owner that is in need of growing your business to achieve entrepreneurial excellence by hiring or outsourcing a virtual assistant, or you're just curious to know more about it and what we can offer, then make sure to get in touch with us, WeGrow VA. Head over to our website, wegrowva.com, to schedule a call. And don't forget to follow WeGrow VA over on all of our social media to be updated on the latest ins and outs on anything and everything. Link in bio. So I just wanted to say again, thank you so much to Timmy and everyone who has kept listening and are watching until the very end. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
All right. Bye. Thank you.